So I got a dream that I'm gonna be at the top of the scene. On every screen, making my presence something to be seen, yeah. I'll make them all see that I could be anything I wanna be. If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief, yeah. Yo, don't take that negative energy, I replace that. I just wanna be me, I don't fake that. I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive, so I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see. It's a dude looking back at me. I stay on track, yeah, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking. I'm steady stacking. I see myself being happy. A better me with a strategy that I'm attacking.
Put to the test and you know I'll ace that. Hit me in the face and I'm hitting right back. I enjoy the chase so I'll stay on track, yeah. I enjoy the race so I'll make that bag. Got a lot of dreams that I'll make come true. Got a lot of things that I wanna do. Got a lot of goals that I wanna prove. And there's not a lot of time so I gotta make moves.
Hey guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? And welcome to Fly Like an Eagle podcast, episode number 27. That is right, 27 straight weeks of Fly Like an Eagle, and I'm here on Edge of Philly Sports Network. And again, I love this opportunity. Thank you all for the support of this show, of this network. It's amazing. So thank you all again. Shout out to my guy, Daniel Berry. Daniel Berry's in the chat. He supports me. He supports everybody. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. So, if you're listening on audio platforms, please hit that like. Please follow. Do all that good stuff. And if you're watching me on YouTube or Twitter or any other platforms, share this out. Hit that like. Just hit the follow button. Let's grow this network together. And we just hit 13,000 subscribers on Edge of Philly Sports, so thank you all. Thank you all so much for your support on that. So, let's just get right into it, shall we? Let's just get right into it. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, I need a drink, excuse me. There we go, that's better. We got to start off with Jason Kelce here. Jason Kelce, we all know he retired from the Philadelphia Eagles a month or two ago. Right after the playoffs, he retired. And now he's part of the Monday Night Football broadcast team or a pregame show. He's a part of it now, and I am ecstatic. Now, there are rumors that he didn't really accept it yet. He was still talking about it. But I was just watching Pat McAfee, and apparently he's a part of the ESPN team now. So there you have it. So Jason Kelce is a part of the Monday Night Football crew, and it's very, very exciting. And I cannot wait to see him on. I cannot wait to see him on the Monday Night Football crew. He is energetic, well respected, actually. So I cannot wait to see him in action every single Monday. I will be watching it. My God, this is just insane. The fact that I watched him throughout his whole career, and now he's going to be on ESPN as a broadcaster, part of the Monday Night Football crew. That is insane. That is insane. And actually, I was watching this little podcast with Patrick Mahomes on it, and he was just talking about Jason Kelce on how well respected Kelce is, and what of a great guy that Jason Kelce is, and how he respects him in every which way, and that he's a partier. That he's a partier, and he's also a family, so he's got to figure out when, to turn off that switch or whatever. So, man, Jason Kelce is the man. He is the legend of Philly. Very Philly grit. Now we get to enjoy Monday Night Football crew. We get to enjoy the pregame as Jason Kelce is there. Now, I know I've been talking about this a lot since I was bringing up Jason Kelce and everything. The fact is, I've been bringing, with him leaving, how well can this offensive line adjust? How well is this team gonna be? It's gonna be a huge difference. It's gonna be like a black cloud or something. It's just not going to be. It's just not gonna feel right without Kelsey there. So Cam Jurgens is also going to have a lot of shoes to fill. I know I kept on saying this, but it's the truth. It is actually the truth on how this team is going to be different. The offensive line is still going to be top notch. Howie Roseman has still done his best of, building the trenches, getting Jenkins, or I'm drawing a blank on his name, the offensive lineman from Michigan. We'll talk about that later. But it is a very big responsibility for Cam Jurgens. So I cannot wait for to see him playing to take the reins off of Jason Kelsey. So that is one thing I'm very excited for. Yes, Dakota. NFL schedule. Yeah. I don't think that's out yet. I do not think. Is the NFL schedule out? Is it? I don't know. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's out next week or something like that. Whenever the schedule is going to be out, I will be covering the schedule. I cannot wait. We already know the first game of the NFL schedule, and that is the Eagles versus Packers in Brazil. So I cannot wait for that game. And then we already know a couple of games. We already know the division we're going to play against. We know the East team we played twice in NFC East, so we do know all that. But yeah. So as I was saying before about Pat McAfee, I was watching him. He was interviewing Howie Roseman, and what really caught my eye about Howie Roseman and this whole thing is the fact about the running back, Will Shipley, I think his name is. Will Shipley, the running back out of Clemson. So, Howie Roseman had great things to say about him, how he's a great person, and he has all the same attributes as the top guys in the league right now, the top running backs. So, we did need him, and this is a very good draft pick. This is a very good pick for Howie Roseman, Will Shipley. I mean, this means he's going to be the second guy in the rotation now. I think Kenneth Gainwell will be the third guy. Now, a lot of people, including myself, are not a big fan of Kenneth Gainwell. I am not. Hopefully, you guys are in the chat and give me your reasons why you're a huge fan of Kenneth Gainwell, if you are a fan. But there's something that each three running backs brings. Each one running back, each one brings something in common. And that's each one of them can catch out of the backfield. Each one of these guys can catch out of the backfield, move some yardage, move the chains. It's exactly what I love about this draft pick, Will Shipley. The fact that he can block, the fact that he can catch out of the backfield. I love this pick so much. Now, there's just one thing that I'm just a little bit nervous about when it comes to Will Shipley, and that is his injury history. Now, for me, I'm just like, another injury-prone guy, but he brings so much to the table that it is still a great pick. It is something that you got to keep in the back of your mind about Will Shipley with his injury history. Knock on wood, though. Knock on wood. It's just something that this team is going to have to keep an eye on. He's going to be used throughout the game, so he's going to bring wear and tear, but I'm still liking this pick a whole lot. I am liking this pick a whole lot. This is low-key my favorite pick in the draft. Low key. Now, there are other picks in the draft, but before that, let's talk about the fans, right? Let's talk about the NFL fans, or the Eagles fans, rather, on how this draft, how they look at this draft, how they are energetic for the draft. There's no other fan base like ours that bleeds green, that cheers when you're doing good, when you're doing bad, we'll let you know. We're one of the roughest fan bases out there. So when you get drafted, this Eagles team welcomes you with open arms. And just let you know, if you mess up, we're going to let you know. We're going to let you know that you're not playing well and that you got to step up, that you got to step up your game. And hopefully these guys who are getting drafted know that. Hopefully they know that. Hopefully they bring the IQ with them. Hopefully they bring their Philly toughness, because we already bring the brotherly love. So with that being said, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You got to know. And the Philadelphia Eagles brought up like this what was it? Like this video of how they do the draft, like in the war room and all that stuff. And they were and Nick Sirianni was talking, and he was talking about the toughness, how each player has to bring, the IQ, how they are off the field. They hold each player to each accountable. They hold the players accountable, and that they just want the very best for this team. But you got to bring the right attitude. You got to bring the right mindset. And this is what the Philadelphia Eagles fans need. We need the players that bring the right mindset, that they bring the IQ. This is what we need. And this draft covers it from top to bottom. They cover it from top to bottom. So let's just get right into the NFL draft, because honestly, guys, I feel like we won the draft. I feel like we won the draft from the top to the bottom. So let's just get right into this, shall we? Let's just get right into this draft. Just give me 1 second here. Just let me take that off. There we go. Now, let's go talk about this NFL draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. But first, I need to take a little drink. So, let's start off with Quinion Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo. This is history. The Philadelphia Eagles, Howie Roseman, has made history with this pick. Because my good friend, John Pesson, who was on me a couple weeks back, there was a lot of Eagles fans on the mindset of Howie Roseman drafting an offensive lineman or defensive lineman. Just building the trenches. Just doing what they've been doing year in and year out. We didn't think, well, not me. There were a lot of Eagles fans that did think that this team was going to go corner. And I'm like, the last time they did that was like in 2002, 2003 with Troy Vincent in one of those. So you're talking about 20 years ago. You're talking about 20 years ago. 20 years. And this is just history in the making, guys. This is history in the making, and I'm ready for it, because this guy, Quinion Mitchell, first of all, we share the same name. Mitchell's his last name. Mitchell's my first name. I always got to throw that in there. But we just got to talk about how this guy can take this league by storm with his quickness, with his awareness, with everything you need in a cornerback. This is exactly what the Eagles need. And he can start, because right now, guys, James Bradberry is terrible. James Bradberry, or James Crashberry, he is so bad that we got to cut him come June 1st. Now, a lot of people are just going to say, oh, his contract's too much. We can't do that. We can't afford that cap hit. But we got a cornerback now that can take his spot. We got a corner for the future that can learn under Darius Slay. We got a guy who arguably is the best cornerback in the draft, and you're telling me we cannot get rid of James Bradbury because of the contract. Now, if you're one of those people, guys, if you're one of those people that James Bradbury can't be cut because of a contract, what do? You got to bench him then, right? You got to bench him because this cornerback room is now really, really competitive with Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Like, this cornerback room is going to be very fun to watch during training camp, during the off season, during the pre-season, everything. It's going to be really fun, and I get to watch them grow up as a football player, learn the game, and just have them develop in front of our eyes. And this is just incredible how Howie Roseman managed to actually, he didn't have to trade up. Howie Roseman did not need to trade up at all. He did not. Quinion Mitchell just fell right in the Eagles' lap, and they were like, you know what? We're taking it. We're making history. The Philadelphia Eagles made history with the first two picks. With the first two picks, they made history. Now, for round 2, number 40, it was from the Washington trade or whatever. We traded up to get Cooper DeJean, a first-round talent. A first-round talent this guy can bring. He, like, how does the NFL allow this to happen to us year in and year out? How do they allow us to grab these top tier talent? Do they learn? Like, do these other teams learn from their past mistakes? But now we got our two top corners for the future that could be like a Sheldon Brown, Troy Vincent, Lito Shepard, all those guys. I think we got our corners like for the next 10, 15 years that could be like one of those guys. Now, I was hearing this a couple days ago. Do you think we should trade Darius Slay? Do you think that's a possibility or not because of his contract? Honestly, I would not trade him just for the fact that he can mentor Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. I feel like you got to keep him on his team. And again, the contracts are bad. The contracts are really bad for Darius Slay and James Bradbury. They're really bad for us. I'm not mad at those guys for taking the money. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at their agents. I'm just mad at like Howie Roseman and their contracts at that time. It's like the Tobias Harris contract if you're a fan of the 76ers and that bad contract. Don't get me started on that. But with these two bad contracts, hands are not really tied. It's just us being like, okay, we got cornerbacks in the future. We just got to wait one more year. But I say screw that. Cut him. Cut Bradbury. Post June 1st, cut him at 12 midnight on June 1st. Get rid of him. Get rid of James Bradbury. I'm telling you now. We got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of him, guys. We got to get rid of him. Now, let's talk about the round 3rd pick. Hunt. I still can't pronounce his first name. Hunt from Houston Christian. We needed an edge. We needed an edge ever since Hassan Reddick is gone. We needed an edge. We got one. We got one in Hunt. I mean, Howie Roseman has been nailing every single pick on the defensive side so far. And knowing how bad... Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Excuse me. Oh my god. Justin, of course I get the hiccups now. But yeah, we had to do something on the defensive side of the ball. We had to, guys. Because our defense was so bad and Sean Desai didn't really bring much to the table with this bend don't break defense. We had to fix it. Our offense is perfectly fine. Our offense is perfectly fine. Look, we got Jalen Hurts on the offensive side. Saquon Barkley. Now we got Will Shipley. Look at the wide receivers. We locked up A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. We drafted another wide receiver, Johnny Wilson from Florida State, who could be the number 3 wide receiver, who could be the number 3. We got Dallas Goedert. Now, people are still upset that we did not get a second tight end, but we already got one. We got him from I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he played for the Bengals with Joe Burrow. He played with the Jets, so he's a nice veteran tight end. So we don't really need a second tight end, but I get the whole conspiracy theory of going back to the tight ends. One was this age, then we drafted him, and then the same thing for the next go around. So I get that. I really get that. I really do. But we need a wide receiver more than because Quez Watkins was garbage. Quez Watkins is terrible. So you need someone. And we also got the wide receiver Smith from Texas A&M. He could be the number 3. We have a competition for the slot receiver now, which I really, really like. I love the competition for each position on this team. I love it. Now, we're going to go into a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk about Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and what I feel how I feel about this trade. So, quick ad, and we'll be right back.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Shout out to Dolan's Bar. Thank you for sponsoring this live stream. Now, let's talk about this, okay? I'm going to spend a lot of time on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. This is the guy. We needed a linebacker. One. We got one. Is he the best? No. He's not one of the best linebackers in the league, but he's someone that every Eagles fan wanted because of his father, Jeremiah Trotter, who I'm a huge fan of. I have a lot of respect for Jeremiah Trotter. I grew up watching him playing for my Eagles, playing for our Philadelphia Eagles. So Jeremiah Trotter is going to bring that same intensity. He's going to play just like his father, hopefully. Now, there are people he's going to be a special teamer. He's going to be one of those guys where he's not going to make the cut for the linebackers. But when you look at the linebackers that we have now, it's we have Nakobe Dean, right? Nakobe Dean, who I don't really have much faith in with his injury history. And we got Devin White. We got other linebackers there. Nolan Smith is another one for an edge, but you guys get my point. We got linebackers there that still need help a little bit. And Jeremiah Trotter could bring that intensity. He could bring that, what is that word I'm looking for? That Philly grit. He can bring it because he knew, like Howie Roseman when he was like 2 years old, when he was like 2 or 3. He's been coming to the games for his whole life, his whole dream. It's like a whole circle of life, and we got Howie. Howie Roseman got Jeremiah Trotter. But this one thing that kind of irks me is the fact that we kept on trading back. We kept on trading when he was right there, and we drafted like these other players, or we kept on moving back, kept on moving back. And did Howie know that he was going to be a later round? Did he know that he was going to be like a 5th or 6th round pick? He probably did. So he's like, you know what? He'll be there. He will be there. So let's just wait on Jeremiah Trotter. Let's get more assets for the next year, which exactly happened. They got more assets for the next draft next year. They're barely up on their future. And they got him. It is perfect. Did I want him earlier? Yes. I wanted him earlier. I did. Because it's just like the anticipation. It's just like, okay, he's there. Now let's go. Let's grab him. No? Okay. How about now? No? Now? No? How about now? No, not yet. Just wait. It's just like this whole anticipation. Then we got him finally. Finally, we got him. And it's just a storybook. It's a good story. It is a very good story for Jeremiah Trotter Jr., good story for his father, Jeremiah Trotter. It's a good story for the city of Philly. There's probably Eagles fans right now that are going to buy his jersey, or probably already did, that are going to buy his jersey. He's going to be a fan favorite. He's going to be a fan favorite when he gets on that field, no matter what. If he's a part of special teams, or the fact that he's going to be there playing linebacker like his dad did. Like, this is going to be a lot. It's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch. And I am here for it. And I know you guys are here for it as well. I like this pick. I really do. Can we get him in the later rounds? Maybe. But I didn't want to risk it. Grab him now. And that's what Howie Roseman did. That is exactly what Howie Roseman did. Now, if you guys watched, I think it was like the Eagles made like a clip, a YouTube short or a TikTok or whatever of them on the phone with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And it was so emotional. It was so great of a story. It was so great just to hear like the past, the emotions. And now we got him. We got him, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles got him. And I am beyond happy. Beyond happy that one of my favorite players for the Philadelphia Eagles all time, we got his son. And now I get to watch him develop. I get to watch him do the Jeremiah Trotter, dance when he makes a sack. I get to see all that in front of my eyes. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. This is going to be entertaining, guys. This is going to be entertaining to watch. And we still got an A. I gave him an A for this draft. And I'm really excited. Really excited for Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And I know I'm not the only Eagles fan. I know I'm not the only Eagles content creator that likes it. That likes this pick. I know that. I know there's other people out there. So, we're going to go into another commercial break here. And then we're going to talk about Trevor Keegan and how I love this pick a lot. So, we'll be right back.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
Shout out to Edgerville. Oh my God. Shout out to Sherry's Tickets. All right. Now we are back. Now we are back with the Philadelphia Eagles NFL Draft review reaction. So now we are going to have to talk about Trevor Keegan out of Michigan and how I'm beyond excited for this pick. What is up, Chad? What is up? What is up, Nick? What is up? How do you feel going into the Sixers game tonight? I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm nervous. I am beyond nervous. I did go live earlier. I did do my Sixers alert, so you can catch that how I felt about this. So let's just talk about Trevor Keegan from Michigan. Now, if you guys know, I am a big fan of Michigan. I have been for 10 plus years because of Denard Robinson, the quarterback. Now, you guys are probably like, Mitch, you're probably just bandwagoning, right? You're probably just bandwagoning. No, Denard Robinson. If you ask someone, if you guys ask me and I say Denard Robinson, they're like, who? Like, my point exactly. The guy was actually on the cover at NCAA. I think it was like 14, 13. I forget when he was on the cover of that. But I'm a huge fan of Denard Robinson. He played for Jacksonville, not for very long, but he was still in the NFL. They tried to move him out of the quarterback spot. They tried to use him like they did like with Taysom Hill. They tried to make him go like that, like a running back, tight end, receiver. Did not work out, so it's kind of a bummer that one of my favorite Michigan players of all time did not really pan out in the NFL, but that's another story for another day. Now, Trevor Keegan, the IQ on this guy, the IQ of this guy is insane. It's incredible. One of the best Michigan offensive linemen that I have ever seen. With his blocking, with his awareness, and everything you need in an offensive lineman or a guard, everything you need from him, he brings. I've been saying this for the longest time. Can we please get a Michigan player? Please. Like Brandon Graham. Okay? Brandon Graham on his farewell tour this year. He's from Michigan. So think about this. One Michigan is leaving, another one is entering, which I completely love. I really do. I cannot wait to see this guy. He makes this offensive line so much better. I am looking forward to seeing Trevor Keegan. Trevor Keegan, I am looking forward to it. And last but not least, Johnny Wilson from Florida State. I did talk about him a little bit. I did, but he's going to bring competition for the wide receiver room, which is exactly what we needed. Because think about this, right? A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, then who else? Who else? Are you really going to say Quez Watkins? You're not really going to say Quez Watkins. No. You're going to say, yeah, we don't have a third. Now we got two. We got Smith from Texas A&M and Johnny Wilson from Florida State that can compete for that position. And I'm looking forward to that. Like I said before, time and time again, that the competition is the best part. Competition is the best part of this draft and what's going on after the draft. It's a competition. And that's what I'm here for. I'm feeling a little bit better today. You still have a little bit of cough and cold. Feel better, Chad. Prayers up. Feel better. Hopefully everything's okay with you. Like, I want everyone to feel better. And if who's ever listening to this on audio platforms, I hope you're feeling well today too. Who's ever watching this on replay, because I know there's a lot of people that watch these on replay here on the Ezra Sports YouTube. I hope you're feeling well today too. I hope everyone feels well. So, oh my God, I can't speak. To close out this Fly Like an Eagle podcast, episode 27, I want to talk about Saquon Barkley. Okay. Howie Roseman, like I said before, he was a part of, not a part. Howie Roseman was on the Pat McAfee, and he was talking about what Saquon Barkley brings and how much of an impact this guy is going to bring to the Philadelphia Eagles. And we all know what he can bring. His speed, his awareness, his catching ability, his blocking. He's a top 5 running back, top 3. And we got him. We had to deal with him against the Giants all those years. Saquon Barkley never had a team that was built around him like this Philadelphia Eagles team is. Look at the offensive line. Look at Dallas Goedert, one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. Look at the wide receivers. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, one of the best route runners in the game. A.J. Brown, a top 3 wide receiver. Top 3, top 5. And now we got Saquon Barkley, a top 3 running back. And Will Shipley can learn from Saquon? My God, this is insane. This is actually insane. I just hope that Saquon Barkley gets the ball enough times. That's what I hope, honestly. That is honestly what I hope. That is because with Dan Quinn, right? He's always a throwing coordinator. Offensive pass, he's always a guy who loves to throw the ball. Jalen Hurts is not that quarterback that likes to throw the ball. He likes to use his legs. And now we got a running back for the red zone as well. I don't want to see Jalen Hurts use the touch push in the red zone. I don't want to see that. Give it to Saquon Barkley. Let's not have like what happened with Marshawn Lynch and Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. When we're that close and the game's on the line, you can hand the ball to Saquon Barkley and he can do the rest. Behind this offensive line, with Lane Johnson, with Jordan Mailata, Tyler Steen, Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson. This lineup, this offensive line is the best offensive line that Saquon Barkley has had in his career. If you guys don't agree with that, I don't know what you're watching. This is perfectly built for Saquon. Perfectly built for Saquon and the Philadelphia Eagles. And we have Saquon Barkley locked up. We have Saquon Barkley locked up. This is just insane. This offensive line is pretty much the best offensive line in the game. Not offensive line. This is pretty much the best offense in the game. What other offense is like the Philadelphia Eagles, besides the 49ers, besides the Kansas City Chiefs, the Ravens you can put there now because they did get wide receivers for Lamar Jackson. You can put them there. What other offenses in the league that come close to the Philadelphia Eagles offense? I can barely. Joe Burrow, Bengals, you could say, but the offensive line is not that good. Joe Burrow keep on running for his life. They did address that in the draft, though. So, is the Philadelphia Eagles the top offense in the league on paper? I think it is. Unless there's another team I'm forgetting. 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, Bengals to an extent, Baltimore Ravens, Packers, probably not. There's probably another offense that I'm forgetting, but the Eagles are up there. And it is all thanks to Howie Roseman for this draft. It is all thanks to Howie Roseman. And guys, with that, I say I'm going to leave you guys with this question. Which offense matches the Philadelphia Eagles on paper right now? I'm going to tweet that out. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already at Mitch Topsy. I'm going to tweet it out. I'm just thinking. I can't think of an offense that matches this Eagles one. I can't. We're going to talk about that more in depth next week. Next week, we are going to talk about the top offenses in the league and how they match up against the Philadelphia Eagles offense right now. That episode is going to be great. I cannot wait for that. Now, guys, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe on the Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at EOP Sports. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook. Follow us everywhere. We're the best Philadelphia sports network on YouTube, bar none. And if you're listening to us on audio platforms, again, tell everyone about Edge of Philly Sports. Tell everyone about the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. I am so glad that my podcast, the Fly Like an Eagle podcast, is on this great platform. With that being said, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all next week for Fly Like an Eagle podcast, episode 28. Let's go, Birds.